Okay, this isn't like Another Quiet Place. This is it's a family movie. Okay. That that works for me. I don't have to be whispering the whole video. That really works out nicely for me. If was directed by John Krasinski and released in theaters this weekend. And obviously, this is very different from his past two films. This is not Quiet Place. It's not a horror film. It's a family animated with live action movie. And this really isn't going to contain any spoilers. I may say one spoilery thing in this review. But if you do want to stay completely spoiler-free, then go watch the movie and come back. But other than that, I am going to give a warning before I say it, but I just wanted to get that out of the way. There's no real spoiler section needed for this one. So, this movie has Ryan Reynolds and Kaylee Fleming. Now, Kaylee Fleming is from the Walking Dead universe. She plays Judith Grimes. Obviously, I am biased to automatically love this because she's a Walking Dead cast member, right? Not necessarily. I'm not going to let that cloud my judgment, alright? And same thing with Ryan Reynolds. I love him in every movie I've seen him in, but doesn't mean I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. Now, John Krasinski has done some great work with the Quiet Place movies. I enjoyed both of those very much. And I am happy to say that here he does a great job as well. He really brings a lot of that liveliness and charm and like childlike wonder that is needed for a story like this. Essentially, Kaylee Fleming's character goes to live with her grandmother while her dad is getting a surgery. And during this, while she's in the apartment building, she finds this guy named Cal. He's played by Ryan Reynolds, and he has a bunch of imaginary friends in his apartment, and he takes her on this journey to help find these imaginary friends, some kids to be friends with. And this is a really wholesome movie. It's obviously very different from John Krasinski's previous work, but I feel like he handled it with, I want to say, like a lot of care and love. He has kids, so he knows what that's like to really entertain and be imaginative. And I can imagine his kids really enjoyed this. So that's awesome. Of course, you got Emily Blunt somewhere in there voicing a character. I believe she voices... I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure who she voices. I believe that she voices a unicorn. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. But, there's plenty of great voice cast in this movie. You have Steve Carell, Maya Rudolph, you have Bill Hader. There's just a lot of names in here. I could not name them all. Bradley Cooper's in there. Amy Schumer is in this as well, but we don't talk about that. But anyway, this is a really charming film. I found it to be very heartfelt at times. They handle things like loss, grief, moving on. So I feel like it did a great job wrapping all that up into this bow of imagination and wonder that you feel when you have an imaginary friend as a kid. I had one. His name was Sloppy Jalopy. I could not even tell you what he looked like or anything like that. Maybe he'll appear. No, he's not. I don't have CGI. I can't do that. I'm sorry. But the CGI in this movie is pretty good. Now it's not like the best mix of live action and animation I've ever seen, but it still looks well done enough. You can believe that they are there. The characters are interacting with them, and it was fun. There's a lot of imaginative, obviously, characters in here. Very different. There's an ice cube, there's a marshmallow on fire, there's an alligator, there's a unicorn, there's tons of things in this movie. So I really enjoyed that. The film doesn't really give a lot of these imaginary friends a lot of depth, or really an arc. I would say the only two that really get that is Blue, who is voiced by Steve Carell, who he gets to, see his kid that he had when he was younger and interact with him, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character Blossom, who interacts with her kid that imagined her as a child as well. So I enjoyed those two little arcs that we got for them, but it still wasn't much. And as for the other imaginary friends, when you have so much of them, I guess you can't really give all of them an arc, but you can give them some depth to them, like have them explore like who was their kid, and they do touch on that towards the end, and during mid credits, they have some scenes where the imaginary friends are you know, going back to their kids. Which I'm not really going to treat that as a spoiler, guys. Come on, it's If, alright? This is a PG movie. It's for kids. It's for a family. You're not really worried about spoilers for that, are you? But I'm going to keep this one super brief, guys. Overall, I'm going to give If a 7. I enjoyed it. It was wholesome. It was heartfelt. There is some great emotional beats in there. Some nice music by Michael Giacchino, who is a legend. He has scored films such as The Batman and Spider-Man No Way Home, as among countless others. Great works that he's done. But here he does a great job when that music swells. You really feel something. You feel emotion for Kaylee Fleming's character. She does some great work in this movie. I was really happy with that. Ryan Reynolds is a bit more subdued than like how we're usually like supposed to see him all rambunctious, and you know he's got that Deadpool energy almost all the time. But here he plays a much more toned down character, so that was nice. It shows his range. Anyway, we already knew he had that range as an actor, but this shows it further. And I really felt the friendship between him and Kaylee Fleming's character. Now here is where I'm going to just drop a spoilery bit in here. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to go. 3, 2, 1. So I was thinking that this would be a cool twist. I was thinking, what if the whole time Ryan Reynolds' character is actually an If himself? And that turns out to be true, because we see a drawing earlier on in the film that her dad leaves in this book for her, and we were like, oh, that must have been, I don't know, something she drew when she was younger. But no, that's actually her imaginary friend, Calvin, who is a clown, and obviously Ryan Reynolds plays Cal, so it's revealed in the final minutes that, oh wait, Cal was my imaginary friend. So she reunites with Ryan Reynolds at the end, and that was a really touching scene. I enjoyed that. And there's a lot of moments in there that can really hit you hard if you're an emotional person. So definitely go out and see it. I would say it's worth seeing. If not, you know, take your kids at least to see it, you know. But take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed the movie review. Leave a like and subscribe for more. Got more coming. And yeah, see you guys next time. Take care, and goodbye.